an onomatopoeia. I suppose you could probably ride with Malum if you wanted to.
Okay, I'll do that.
Or,
I'll.
I mean, actually, now you have the wingsuit, you could just fly yourself, I guess.
It's true. That would be lovely. I think I'll do that.
Rogue
And
guided missile.
that's right.
Can only fly in a straight line. All right. So, I will refresh the Hall of the Gate. This was once a magnificent hall with a soaring ceiling, marble floors, and intricate carvings of prosperous farmlands decorating the walls. It has since fallen to ruin. Deep cracks mar the walls, sections of the masonry have collapsed, and a huge stone door at the north end of the hall are broken. Passages lead west and south, and there is a stone door to the east. A small cooking fire and several bedrolls are in the southeast corner of the room. So there are four hobgoblins that are kind of around this little camp here, and then there is Nartham the burrow shark and his bullet. You guys aren't being stealthy, are you?
Not at the moment. I'm pretty far back.
All right.
I'm not sure my bullet has stealth as a skill.
That's yeah. Yeah, the bullets are not really known for their stealth.
Can I ride it during its burrow attack?
I believe so. Um,
Or I guess it's got standing leap, deadly leap. I thought they had a burrow attack.
well, they can burrow. I don't know if they attack while burrowing. Let me take a look. No. No, I guess not. They just have their deadly leap attack. Interesting. And I need.
I have dice.
Yeah, that's always a good thing. I mean,
I roll a 20, I swear.
does rock count as a 20 if you're playing rock, paper, scissors? Yeah.
Lizard is a 20.
Yes. Spock is a nat 1. I just had these guys. What the heck? Yeah. That's my problem. Okay. So.
Ew.
Ooh.
And then for whatever help it might offer to the animal handling, I've been feeding him and treating him like a pet and
Oh, yeah.
playtime and
Playtime.
like a labradoodle now.
He's not trying to attack you. He's just wanting to lick you.
Yeah, well, my monk robes are probably gunked up with bullet spit, but that'll do.
Okay. And I need Nartham. Nartham. What a stupid name.
The cat we adopted was named Mulan. When we got it from the shelter, I was like, no, not gonna do that.
Is it a Siamese?
It's half Siamese, half tabby, and yeah, she hid everywhere. And my husband named her Yeti because she's white and elusive.
Nice.
So yeah, she's not elusive anymore. Now she's friendly.
All right. So why don't you get, since you guys aren't being stealthy, and it is these guys' job to, you know, pay attention and guard. Go ahead and roll initiative.
13.
All right.
That's my 8 that I just rolled and went into the feed.
Okay.
I got 14.
And Zarm got an 18. Okay. So, on 21, the hobgoblins see you. And I think the hobbies are going to be probably pretty dumb. Well, maybe not. Hobgoblins are fairly tactical.
I'm still wearing the cult robes, and I'm riding a bullet.
Yeah, but there's been enough fighting and destruction that has gone on that by now, especially after a long rest, word would have traveled enough that these guys are going to be on guard for just about anything. Okay. So, hobby. So, let's see. Hobgoblin number 1. Is going to use his longbow.
I should mention I'm still on the Wyvern too.
Okay. So on the on the Wyvern, unless they get a nat 20, they will hit the Wyvern and not you. So this hobgoblin is going to shoot a longbow at Sun Moon.
Sweet.
And miss with an 8.
Dang it.
And this hobgoblin is going to shoot a longbow at Zarm. .21 to hit. And he is going to do 14 points of piercing damage. So because he is within 5 feet of his hobgoblin ally, he got to use martial advantage to deal an additional 2d6 on his attack.
Yicky.
Yes. Nartham, the burrow shark.
How much did he hit for?
13.
13. He's also going to get Hellish Rebuke.
Okay. Go ahead and do your Hellish Rebuke as a reaction. Does he have to roll? Yeah. He got a 16 on his save. Does he take half damage from that?
Looking up right now. damage on a failed save or half as much on a successful.
Okay, so go ahead and roll damage, and he will eat half of that.
The first one.
So he's going to take 3 points. All right, which is better than no points. Narthan the Burrow Shark is going to attack Sun Moon.
I'm ready my burrow shark.
So he will attack, and he's only going to hit you if he gets a nat 20. All other damage will go to the Burrow Shark. Or, excuse me, to the Bullet. And so he hits the Bullet with a 22.
Dick move, Natham. I knew he didn't really care for his burrow sharks. Bullets.
For
I'm going to mix that up like 10 times.
I know, right? 12 points of piercing damage to the Bullet on his first attack. His second attack, he misses with a 14, and his third attack, he misses with a 16. All right. Zarm, what would you like to do?
I will be moving. If I move here, he's going to hit me if I go out of his range, right? Or attempt to.
Well, so probably yes. And the reason you're not in melee combat with him yet, so disengagement rules wouldn't apply. It would only apply once if you were to move there and it came back around to his turn. Obviously, he's going to attack you because you're standing right there. At that point, if you moved away without disengaging, then yes, he would get an attack of opportunity on you.
Okay. So if I do, then he gets the chance.
Right. But I mean, it really depends on what you're going to do. I mean, it's not like these guys are all that
I'm
beefy.
going to move there, and then I'm going to cast Thunder Wave.
Oh, nice. All right, so it's a deck save. Is that right?
Yeah, it's a deck save. I'll put it here in a second.
And they failed with a 14.
Perfect. Casting the right one here. 1 second.
So, wow. Okay.
It hits anybody within 15, so it should hit all 3 of these. And puts them 15.
So, these guys... You cast Thunder Wave and essentially toss their corpses across the room because they die as soon as the thunderclap hits them, and then their corpses just remember that old screensaver when they first came out with the body physics, the ragdoll physics.
Yeah,
It kind of looked
roll 20 with ragdoll.
Yes, it kind of looked a lot like that with a thunderclap that can be heard within 300 feet of your present location. If the rest of the temple wasn't aware that you guys were here, they are now.
Morning chimes.
It just occurred to me, I forgot to use these two guys. Hold on. They are going to make longbow attacks on the wyvern. And didn't I say I just rolled a nat 20? So Billy, you are going to take 5 points of piercing damage.
I'll take it.
The only hobgoblin in this entire retinue that's worth a damn. Look at Big Brain on Hobby. And the other hobgoblin hits the bullet with a 20, or excuse me, the wyvern with a 22, and does 5 points of piercing damage to the wyvern. If we do that 600 or 700 more times, that wyvern's going to be in deep trouble.
Hit me again.
Yes. So, onomatopoeia, what would you like to do? I'm sorry, Zarm, did you want to move again, or?
Yeah, I've got because I've done my move, right, and then my action. Now I have a bonus action.
You have a bonus action. If you used all of your movement to get there, then you wouldn't have any movement left. But if you didn't,
Probably have 10 feet.
Yeah, I would think that you would have 10 or 15 feet. I don't think you move very far. So, okay, yeah, 10 feet.
Yeah, I'll move directly behind him to give advantage.
Okay, and then did you want to do something with your bonus action?
Did you also hit him with the Thunderwave?
So,
No, he was behind you.
right, Thunderwave is a cone, I believe. Let me... I don't think it's like an explosive force. Thunderwave.
The wave is a square, 15-foot square from...
It's a 15-foot cube.
Nice.
Cube.
Alright, so then he needs to make a dex save.
15 con save.
And he fails with an 8. So, let's see here. He's going to
He
take...
goes ragdoll over the bullet.
Yeah, off the bullet, yeah. So he will take 17. And he... gets tossed over here. Sun Moon needs to make a dex save, and the bullet needs to make a dex save.
Oh, let's see here.
And the bullet saves, so he'll take damage. Is it half damage?
Yeah, I don't think bullets have evasion, so yes, if you made a save,
Yeah.
you take that
Yeah.
half of other people.
Yeah, he takes half. Or, sorry, he wasn't writing his bullet, so let me see if the bullet's even
I think
in.
you're referring to mine.
Yeah, so his bullet is safe. Yours would need to make a dex save and would take half damage if he succeeded.
Mine rolled a 4.
Okay, so your bullet takes 17 points of damage, and you take 8.
I take none. I made my
No,
save.
that's right, you have evasion. Right. Okay.
Then I'll just move 10 here.
Okay.
And that's
Now-
my turn.
The Nartha moved past my reach.
He flew, yeah. Forced movement does not equate to a attack of opportunity. I remember in 3.5 there were all these moves you could do where you could force movement, and it just became a cluster of attacks of opportunity. They kind of cleared that in 5e because it got ridiculous.
We push a guy through the gauntlet of other fighters. And
Yes.
He takes away every square.
Yeah, it was just ridiculous. Onomatopoeia, what would you like to do?
I think I'll go ahead and do guiding bolt on this guy, this
Okay.
hobgoblin.
All right.
Oh, here. 15 to hit.
No, that is a miss.
All right. Let me see. Move a little bit over here.
Okay.
That's all I want to do for right now.
Okay. The bullet That is 40 feet of movement. Yeah, that'll be as far as the bullet goes for now. And the bullet's going to hold or ready in action to attack the wyvern if it comes through the door gate here. Malum, what would you like to do?
Let's see. Wyvern will come up to 10, 5 foot in between. Do a sting attack.
Okay. On this guy here?
Yep, on that little first hobgoblin.
Okay.
19.
That gets him. So he needs to make a con save.
15.
Nope. 9.
9. Let's see, that's gonna be a whole lot of damage. Find all my 6. Do you want it all together, or do you want poison and piercing separate?
Yeah. Yeah, you can give it to me all together. That's fine. I don't think this guy's going to survive, so.
36 damage?
Yeah, no, yeah, he is
Popcorn.
done. Yeah, you see this hobgoblin's veins get real big and his skin turns kind of purple and he's got a stinger sticking out of his chest. Went right through his chainmail and he just collapses, foaming at the mouth a little bit. You can't tell if that's from the poison or just, normal hobgoblin behavior, but is there anything else you'd like to do?
Oh yeah, that's just the beginning. I will come forward and step on him. Then Malum will do a tuck and roll off the wyvern to do an attack on that.
Okay. All right. Not within range of the bullet, so the bullet does nothing as of yet. Go ahead and make your attack.
26.
Yep, that gets him.
For 8 points of damage on the first attack.
Okay.
Second attack. 16.
No, that is a miss.
Third attack is a miss.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
All right. Just a moment. All right. Sun Moon, what would you like to do?
I haven't done mounted combat, so I don't know if I only get the bullets to attack unless I leave them independent and questionable.
So the way I'm doing, just to speed things along and to make it easier. So here's what happened with the shop. We introduced out in front there is a sticker machine. And everybody loves the sticker machine because it'll take the real gold piece coins that we hand out as treasure in the games. And so you can spend those in the shop. And when you put them into this the sticker machine, you can get a card, and there's a number of different cards in there. One of like there's rare recipes and whatnot in there for the crafting system that we've created at the shop. But some of the other items that were in there are pets and retainers. And these retainers, for an additional 2 gold pieces, 2 gold doubloons that you spend at the shop, you can upgrade them to sidekick status. And so what ended up happening is these kids would go, they would spend their life savings on the sticker machine and then come back to the game with like, oh, look, I've got like 40 pets and like 20 retainers. And so I just made it simple, and rather than giving any of these their own initiative, pets, mounts, and sidekicks all go on your initiative. In fact, I'm going to give you some kind of... Here, I'm going to give you...
Kind of the way my wyvern works.
Exactly the same way the wyvern works. I'm going to give you a snail icon to show that you have a pet with you. And
The
so
pet snail.
the pet snail. And so on your initiative, the bullet can go as well.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was one or the other, or it takes an action to direct it, or how mounted works.
Yeah, no, we're just going to say that, I mean, because it has a mind of its own, but if you made your animal handling and you've been taking care of the mount, so it's going to go, and it was already pre-trained to be a mount, so this thing's going to react in a similar way that a warhorse would act.
So, do I have to get within the 5 feet, or while I'm on it, I can still hit Nartham, or...
You would have to be with it. You would have to, unless you wanted to do the deadly leap attack. So it can jump at least 15 feet as part of its movement. It can then use an action to land on its feet in a space that contains 1 or more creatures. Each of those creatures must succeed on a DC 16 Strength or Dexterity saving throw, target's choice, or be knocked prone and take 3d6 plus 4 bludgeoning damage plus 3d6 plus 4 slashing damage. So
I think I'd have to back up and move past his arm and some other complicated stuff that did leap. So I was thinking bite first.
yeah, so you would have to move basically to be within 5 feet of him, and then the bullet could make its bite attack. Which luckily it only has 1 bite attack, but you only need 1 when you do 4d12 plus 4 damage. So
Yeah, 25 points.
Wow.
yeah, that hits
Goodness.
Nartham. Oops. All right, but I fed you as a baby.
And then I can do mine.
Yes.
Wind Vein starting attack. So it's not two-handed, it's the piercing plus lightning.
Okay.
8 plus 6.
Yeah, that is a hit.
Then does the 8 have my dex in it? Yes. Okay. And how's Nartham looking?
So it does 6 lightning. Is that what I'm
Yeah.
reading? Okay.
8 piercing plus 6 lightning.
He's not looking he's looking less fantastic than he did at the start, but he's not entirely unhealthy.
Okay. Stunning Fist, Wisdom DC 16.
All right. Okay. Go ahead and make your stunning fist attack.
No, that was from the spear. Any
Oh.
monk weapon I can use for Stunning Fist.
Okay, so yeah, no, he fails with a 9. So
Then to finish, I'm gonna have the bullet scurry backwards like a cat ready to pounce.
okay, and you're
There.
still okay. Gotcha. All right.
I've trained him for a little butt wiggle. If bullets have a butt to wiggle. So his arm, he's denied strength and dex until the end of my next turn. So if there's anything else that targets those saves, you'll have auto.
Yep, and you have advantage on
Get
attacking him because he is stunned. Okay, so the hobgoblins are all dead, aren't they? No, there's one hobgoblin left. He is going to attack Malum. Because, of course, he is.
This is not the rogue you want to attack.
And miss with an 11. The eastern door opens up. And 5 Duergar come out.
We survived somehow.
And they are going to... Three are going
Form a
to...
hockey team.
Yeah. 3 are going to attack the Wyvern with their war picks. First is attack with a 22.
Yep.
For 6 points of piercing damage.
You said 4?
6. Second attack. Misses with a 9. Third attack. 16 to hit.
Yep.
And he does 7 points of piercing damage. And then on Malum,
How much was that last piercing damage on the wyvern?
6.
6 more.
Yeah. And soft 20 to hit Malum.
No.
And last attack on Malum misses with a 9. Nartham can't do anything because he is stunned. Zarm, what would you like to do?
I would like to move forward and reach out and touch someone.
All right.
Kinky.
That's going to be +4.
So, let's see here.
Attack on this.
So a 10 does not hit.
10 to not hit?
No.
He doesn't happen to have metal, does he?
He is wearing plate, but his armor
There's
class
an advantage.
his armor
advantage
class
to
is
that.
18.
Okay.
Hold on here.
Well, that roll was the 2d8 for damage.
Yeah.
What'd you roll in your die 20?
That's this one.
Oh,
there you
okay.
go.
Yeah, that hits. So, hold on just
again.
a second here.
I should have rolled that with advantage too, but that's alright.
Yeah, go ahead and make the roll with advantage. See if you get a nat 20.
Okay. It's not asking me every time. There we go.
Yeah. Roll 20 is
Go
not
in-
perfect.
To your
Okay.
where was it? Oh, on your character sheet, if you go to journal, pull up your character sheet,
Okay.
And in the upper right, just under experience points, there's a little gear. If you highlight the gear, then there's the line with a checkbox for NPC. Don't do anything to that. But under role queries, you can pick always advantage, toggle, query advantage, or never roll advantage. I've been using query advantage, and it works to ask this roll with advantage or not.
And I'm kind of lost here as to where to roll that.
On your roll 20 window in the right-hand pane,
Roll 20?
Yeah.
Get to my character sheet on roll 20.
yeah,
So click
Okay.
on the third icon at the top for journal. Third icon from the left.
Okay, got it.
And then
Ooh.
if you click on your character, you can select your character sheet.
So how do you want to create this character?
Oh, he hasn't put his character in.
Oh, okay. That makes it harder.
Yeah.
Okay, well, just hit the same class feature again, and roll the attack chance off of D&D Beyond.
So yeah, you do 6 points of lightning damage to him.
6 plus 4 for my character.
Right. So another 4. Okay. And then what would you like to do?
Then I will move back. I guess I can't disengage.
You don't
I
have
will-
to. You don't have to. He gets no reactions or anything. He's stunned.
Oh, he's done?
Yeah, he's standing there just drooling.
Okay. I'm just going to stay there then. We'll finish him off.
He keeps yelling out, Adrian! Adrian!
Punted his chakra.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, he's stunned through the end of Sun Moon's next turn. So if you wanted to move back, because if you stay where you're at, I mean, assuming that Sun Moon doesn't move up and pop him again, you would be in melee range.
Yeah, I'll step back then. Sure.
Okay. There you go. Yeah. So, Jeff, you'll like this. Last night, we had a new player start, and he goes and explores these boats that they found in another cave. And he only had like a 13 on his stealth check, he only got a 13 for his passive perception check, but there were two dark metals on the ceiling that had a stealth of 20. And so they got a surprise attack, and one of them wraps him up. And the other player is a life domain cleric that had raised 3 zombies. So he's got a little mini army running around with him, or not zombies, skeletons. And he armed them all with maces that they had picked up from other creatures that they had defeated in the dungeon. And he's like, here, I'll help. And so the new player... dark mantles are weird in that when they make their attack, it's a grapple, but it's like a reverse grapple. So now the dark mantles movement changes to 0, and they can only move when the character that they wrapped up moves. And so he tried to break loose, but rolled a nat 1 and fell prone and took 4 points of bludgeoning damage up to his shoulder when he fell. So now he's laying on the ground, and these 3 skeletons come up, and they're like, here, we'll help you. And they start beating the dark mantle wrapped around him with maces, except the damage, they kill the dark mantle, and the excess damage, another 10 points of bloodshed, goes through the dark mantle and starts beating on the warlock.
College football tackle.
Yes. And so the guy's laying on their head. He's like, please stop helping me.
Never help me again.
It was like a gym moment from the old days. Onomatopoeia, what would you like to do?
I have a question about, can you do bonus actions before the other ones, or?
Yeah, you can do a bonus. You can use your bonus action at any point in the turn.
Okay, I'm gonna move here, and then I'm gonna use my my invoke duplicity one to make a
copy of yourself.
Here. Whoop, I can't. Hold on.
So, invoke duplicity. Do you have to have line of sight, or does it just have to be someplace you've seen before?
Just says within 30 feet. I mean, I suppose I could make like an illusory copy of myself into a wall and like nobody could see it, so who cares, right?
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not sure what the rules are. You'll have to.
So
Is that allowed, or do you think? I mean, I know how big this wall is because I've been through here before.
right.
So
So I'm going
I'd
to make a.
imagine.
Yeah, I would think that there. I would think that it would work along the lines of a mix between like Dimension Door and Major Illusion, in that you don't necessarily have to have line of sight as long as you have seen where that location is previously, which you had. So we will go ahead and make a copy of you, like right there.
Yeah, that looks good. And I'll say, let's see.
I just
What's
have
the
this
other
image in
one?
my.
The meat shield is what I'll yell.
Okay.
Try and get everyone's attention.
Make.
And
Okay, go ahead and make a deception check.
okay.
Be a DC 15 deception check.
Check my deception. Looks pretty good. Okay.
And actually, I'm going to say that
God
you
damn
can make
it.
that with advantage because your illusion is pretty good.
I still
Oh,
oh well. I can still cast from my illusion though, I believe.
that's true.
Oh, I can still do like a guiding bolt.
Yeah, can't you use your now your illusory person as a focal point for your spells?
Yes, that's what
Yeah.
I was planning on doing. So I'll go ahead and do guiding bolts on that guy. That'll get everyone's attention.
Oh yeah, that'll definitely wake everybody up.
Okay, so let me try that. Come on.
Oh,
what?
that's ridiculous. These are the kinds of rolls that if I got these in Las Vegas, I'd be looking for a pit boss going, hey, what the hell's wrong with your machine?
I've done my best.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, you have done your best. When these Durgar came out, I just had this image of these doors going rubble, 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 rubble. The bullet is going to
right back.
Yeah, the bullet is going to do a leap attack. Oh, excuse me, a deadly leap attack.
Dig versus Wings, the eternal battle.
Yes. So the Wyvern needs to make a DC 16 strength or dexterity saving throw, its choice.
You said strength or what?
Or dexterity.
Strength it is. I'm assuming 23 is good enough.
Yes, so it saves. So it will take half damage. It is not knocked prone.
Poor Wavy.
And it is pushed 5 feet back
On
out
top
of
the other two guys? Oh.
yeah, out of the bullet's space. But it will take so it's going to take 7 points of bludgeoning damage and 5 points of slashing damage.
Poor Wavy.
And it is Malum's turn.
Wyvern is not happy about.
It's all fun and games when the Wyvern gets to beat up on hobgoblins, right? It's no fun when it reaches something it can actually fight back.
Exactly. Well, let's see. Let's go and do a wyvern attack on that guy.
Which
No
guy?
retribution.
Oh, on
guy
the
that
bullet.
just-
Go for it.
Yeah. 24.
Yeah, that hits. And
Don't save.
it gets a nat 20 on its save, but even without the nat 20, that would be 25. So no
Damn.
poison. No moss.
Well, it still gets a hole.
No
For
moss
10.
pantalones. For how much?
10 damage.
Okay.
10 piercing.
So it gets poked. And then what would you like to do?
Well, first, I will take care of this hobgoblin that's standing next to me.
Okay.
24.
Yep.
For 6 points of damage.
Oh, yeah. That hobgoblin is no more. It has ceased to be.
And then I will attack. The guy that's standing straight to my to the side of me, yeah.
Okay.
How do you make it do that?
If you're on your pointer icon, you can click and hold the mouse button, and it'll ping that area.
Ah. Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, I'll hit that guy.
Okay.
Or 10?
No.
I'm assuming that's a no. I'll go ahead and take a second or third swipe at him. How about an 18?
Yep, that gets him.
Ew. I'm gonna spend a die on that. That was crappy. I will use a superiority die. So that was 4 damage. 9 damage.
Okay. That definitely got his
And-
attention.
And then I will use my
I'm sorry, you're going to do what?
use my fancy footwork to move around him
Okay.
and come over here to next to Onomatopoeia to give her a little. So I will circle like all the way around,
Okay.
avoiding attacks of opportunity.
Gotcha. Okay. Sun Moon, what would you like to do?
Bullet leaps into the air and lands on Nartham's space.
All right. So Nartham needs to make a.
He's denied both strength and dex saves.
That's true until the end of your turn. So he is going to be knocked prone, and he takes roll 3d6 plus 4 for bludgeoning damage.
Yep, both there in the chat box.
Okay.
38
Jeez.
points.
Yeah, no. Your bullet just stomps him into. There is now a Nartham-shaped dent in the stone floor that is now full of goo that was once Nartham.
Now, does that count for my temporary hit points? The bullet killed him, not me.
That's a really good question. I'm going to say no.
Understood.
Yeah, because it is its own thing.
Yep, makes sense.
So
Then I will come back 10 feet, end my turn.
okay.
Actually, hold on here. Damn it. Nope, that finishes me.
Okay. All right. Hobgoblin
Good
is
speak.
dead.
Oh, a lot of guys have poured out that hallway.
Yeah, they're the rabble rousers. Hmm. Onomatopoeia. What happens if somebody attacks your illusionary form? Anything?
I don't believe so. I think that it's like a matter of they do like a wisdom saving throw or something, and if they know that it's an illusion, then they won't attack it. But if they attack it, I don't. Nothing happens to it as far as
Okay.
I know.
So they got a 16 on their
Well,
wisdom save. What's your spell save DC?
Um,
You're getting like 5 seconds before me. Yeah.
it's 15.
Okay. So they saved. So these two guys are going to attack Malum. So first war pick is a soft 20, which I know is a miss. Second war pick. This idiot goes to swing his war pick, and Malum just sticks his boot out and trips the guy. He is now prone, and anybody who attacks him has advantage on the attack.
Nice.
This guy is going to attack the wyvern. This guy is going to attack the wyvern. I need to clear some bodies out of my battlefield here. And this guy will attack the wyvern. 3 war pick attacks. Soft 20 on the wyvern.
Yes, Wivvy's only at 13 AC.
Oh! Alright.
And I still think it's because he's so big.
Yeah.
Like,
3
he's
points.
easy as hell.
So he takes 3 points of piercing damage from that attack. A 12 misses, and a 14 hits for another 6 points of piercing damage. Zarm, what would you like to do?
Alright,
Yeah,
I
the
will
Wyvern's
move
down a third of its hit points.
here.
Okay.
And I will cast Firebolt at first one here.
Okay. Go for it.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, that's going to get him. All right. So is there another...
Plus,
Yeah, is there
plus
another
4?
4 points?
Oh, there's no 4 on this. It's only the lightning attack.
Okay. So he takes 6 points of fire damage.
If he has anything cloth on him, it ignites.
Yeah, they're wearing splint mail, so... If he was a caster, he'd be in deep shit.
That's it for me. I have to step away for a moment, so...
Okay.
If need be, skip my turn or just move me out of the way.
Sure. All right.
Thanks, I'll be right
Onomatopoeia.
back.
Okay. Onomatopoeia, what would you like to do?
Let's try Toll the Dead on the bullet.
Okay. So the bullet needs to make a con save. And gets a 17 on its save. So let me see what that means. I don't think it takes any damage.
Says a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
Take
it's a
1d.
wisdom save? I thought it was a con
That's
save. So he only got a 12. I imagine that your spell save is higher than that.
it's 15.
Okay, so is Toll the Dead a Xanathar's Guide?
Yep.
It is.
That's what I thought.
Isn't Toll? Oh, that's it. Is the bullet missing any of its hit points yet?
Yeah, it is.
It takes the die 12 instead of die 8.
Right. That's what I was thinking. So yeah, it would take 1d12 necrotic damage.
Oh, I rolled a d8.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a 12 and let's see what.
I was gonna say, watch it be lower.
Yeah, I'm
Sorry.
gonna take the 6.
Okay, thank you.
I rolled an 8 or a 1.
That's fine.
I have not seen. I mean, I've seen the digital dice hate people. I don't think they hate anybody more than they hate onomatopoeia. I don't understand.
Okay, I'm gonna I had some scrolls that I picked up last time that I wanna
Okay. So
is that a bonus action or
scrolls
not?
would be considered a. I believe a scroll is considered a use magical device, which is its own action. So,
Okay. I'll need to wait till my next turn to use that. Okay.
Right.
So that's kind of good because I can read through what they all are. Because I got a couple of them that, yeah.
right.
I guess I'll move my guy there, and that'll
Okay.
be the end of my turn for right now.
Okay. The bullet is going to attack the wyvern with a bite attack.
No.
Chompy chompy. And hits with a 22.
Now, if the bullet's controller is dead, what will it do about picking targets?
At this point, I'm assuming it's just going after the biggest thing in the room.
For 33 points of damage to the wyvern.
Oh,
Jeebus.
shit.
So yeah, basically without its handler pointing it, it's just going to go after either its last known target or whoever dealt the most damage to it last. And it's pissed off, so. And that is its turn. It is Malum's turn.
Save Wingy.
We're gonna go after do a sting attack on the bullet.
Okay.
$18.
18 hits, and it got a 23 for its save.
Fuck.
Plus 5 to con.
11 for the sting.
Okay.
And how big is the ceiling in here?
The ceiling is 15 feet.
Shit.
You could have the wyvern disengage and go back to the cavern.
That's what I'm gonna do. The wyvern's gonna come out here and fly just off the path up in the cavern.
So the wyvern, so the bullet will get an attack of opportunity because the wyvern already made an attack. So and the wyvern doesn't get a bonus action for disengage.
That's fine.
Okay. $13 hits. Uh,
Speak will have his vengeance.
for 17 points of piercing damage. At least it didn't roll as well that time.
Alright, then for my turn, I will hit that guy.
Okay. Don't forget, if you hit this guy, you have advantage on your attack.
Yep.
Which guy?
This guy right here.
Oh, he's next in line.
Okay.
Not 20 on the first guy.
Nice. All damage is doubled.
20 damage. And actually, I will increase that with a superiority.
Okay.
Also gets rolled twice.
Right.
For 30 damage total.
Oh, yeah. You and him. Splat.
And then I will attack that other guy. That guy.
And you have advantage on the attack.
And you can apply your class feature sneak damage, can't you?
Yeah,
No.
because you have advantage on the attack.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So 18. Yeah, it's like 24 for the attack.
Okay.
Team 17 damage on him.
For the snake attack?
Oh, for all of it.
Oh, okay. So I was
Yeah,
expecting more than that.
And then third attack on him.
Okay.
Ew. 14.
Nope, that's a miss. Did you roll that with advantage?
Yeah, it was an 8 and a 4.
Oof.
And I will end my turn there.
Okay. Sun
Poor
Moon.
Wiggy.
What? What do you want to
Oh no, I just said poor Wavy.
do?
Yes.
He's at 90 out of 110. One more attack and he would have been down.
I will have the bullet dash.
Okay.
Hold on, I gotta change my choices here. And then finish his move with the leap attack.
Okay. So the bullet will make a strength save. Oh, come on. +4 to strength. He gets a 7.
Yay, him.
Where was that roll during the poison damage?
I know, right?
That roll for me ever. So. They got just as bad as I usually got, huh? I got mixed up.
Yeah, I used the digital roller for like 3 or 4 times. And I was like, oh, to hell with this. I'm going back to physical dice.
What you doing, kidder? What you doing? Hold me on to you two. Hold me on to you two.
So, how much damage? 15 and 15.
Yep. And he's prone.
And he is prone.
Then I'll Wind Vane.
All right. You have advantage on the attack.
So 11 plus the 9, 20.
Okay. Okay.
How's he looking?
He's hurting pretty bad.
Stunning Fist, key point, DC 16, Wisdom.
Okay. Nope. 11.
Then I'll Flurry.
Okay. Yep. For another 8.
And second Flurry.
13 is a miss.
Now, the bullet says it lands in the square.
Right.
And it's knocked prone. But it only speaks about moving them if they're not prone.
Right.
So
So
the destination doesn't get pushed, which I guess I'm on top of him.
yeah, that's how it sounds. Sounds like you're on top of him without there actually being a physical grapple, which is a little bizarre.
Okay.
I mean,
Just wanted to understand.
it sounds
And
like
he's
a
stunned,
misnomer
so-
in the rules to me, but yeah. But yeah, he's stunned anyway, so it's not like he's gone anywhere. All right, the Duergar. So
Are you standing on his foot?
this Duergar is going to please stand up, and he is going to attack Malum with his war pick. Nat 20. It's about damn time.
Unlike Miller time, it is never about time for crit roll against the party.
For 13 points of piercing damage on Malum.
Yeah, I'll take it.
This Duergar is going to move here and attack Malum. And miss with a soft 20. And these two Duergar are going to attack Sun Moon. First war pick attack. It's going to miss with a 6.
Correct.
And this guy goes to make his attack and evidently has sweaty palms and throws his war pick across the room into the rubble over here. He is now unarmed.
Nah. Let's go fisticuffs.
Is Zarm back yet?
I don't think so.
I don't think he is. So, Onomatopoeia, what would you like to do?
I want to use my erupting earth scroll.
Okay.
Let me see here. Trying to figure out how to draw a shape.
Erupting Earth is I believe, actually, Princes of the Apocalypse spell. Elemental.
20-foot cube centered on a point.
Let me figure out where to do this so I don't.
And you can overlap the walls, pick a point that gets the bullet and the two Duergar in front of Malum. Yeah.
Are you guys able to see the thing I drew?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I guess it'll be right there.
A
So
fountain of
it says-
churned earth and stone erupts in a 20-foot cube centered on that point. Each creature in that area must make a dexterity saving throw. Creature takes 3d12 bludgeoning damage on a failed save or half as much on a successful one. Yeah. So the bullet and those two Duergar need to make dex saves.
Bullet gets no dex save, takes
That-
full damage.
Right. So the Duergar, for their dex save, they rolled a 14.
Does it say? I don't know how much of a save I need to do.
So what is your spell save DC?
15.
Okay, so the
Yeah.
Duergar failed with a 14. So roll 3d12 for bludgeoning damage. And they're all going to eat it.
Ooh,
Oof.
yay. Okay,
Nice.
good. Finally, victory, sort of. I hope.
Yeah, that guy dies in a pile of dirt. This guy dies in a pile of dirt. And the bullet dies in a pile of dirt.
It's rough terrain now, too, that square. Sorry,
Yes.
y'all.
Well, it doesn't really matter because everybody's dead. Oh wait, no, there's two Duergar left.
They're not in the spell effect.
Right. Well
I mean,
done.
we can just say they died.
Nah, they got two. They've got one war pick between the two of them. So
They can take turns.
one war pick between the two of them and a can-do attitude.
Shared war pick. They each put a hand on it.
Yes, they're Duergar life partners. Malum, it is your turn. What would you like to do? So yeah, you see the stone flooring of this area just erupt into a geyser. It looks like a dirt fountain, and just pummels these two Duergar you were fighting and the bullet to death with loose earth and stone.
Done that earlier, man. Oh well.
Now, you should be able to make it to there, going around the pile of nuts,
Yeah, I would think.
which will give me advantage over that guy.
Yep. Yes, it will.
Ooh, and a nat 20. I rolled a 19 and a 20.
Nice.
Oh. Looking up.
Yeah, your rolls are on the upward swing.
26 damage.
Oh yeah, you shiv this guy with your rapier right in the kidneys and put an end to him.
I guess I'll use my bonus action to do partial movement and do one swing on here. I should get advantage on that guy.
Okay.
21 to hit.
Yep, that gets him.
16 damage on that guy.
Okay. Yeah, he's still standing, but he is not feeling well.
Wyvern is still licking his wounds in midair, so he's on his own.
Okay. Sun Moon, you have one completely disarmed Duergar.
I'm going to start with Windbane.
Okay.
Zarm's back. Do they get their turn?
It's almost over, so.
Okay, right on.
Yep, that hits. Yeah, you did exactly how many hit points he has. He is dead.
And because I hit him with Windbane, I get my temporary hit points.
Yes. Wow. So there was sudden flurry of ninja cat movement behind me and knocked over something and then disappeared.
Smoke bomb.
Well, yeah, and that's the funny thing is all I know is that something tipped over and I saw something jump off the chair and now she has vanished again. like she is a wizard, man. All right. So where do you guys want to go? I'm going to go ahead and remove Onomatopoeia's illusion.
Didn't even get to make out with myself.
First, you have to believe in the illusion that much.
Right. Right. You have to fool yourself.
Yeah. She's so me. I can't stand it.
I'm gonna go give the Wyvern some much love and use my wand of cure minor wounds to help him a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
And does a party have a potion we can feed the Wyvern?
I thought I would probably use a spell. I could do that instead of having to use up a wand, right? Do wands get used up? I actually haven't had one before.
Some of them do. So the shop wands have a flat amount that you purchase at the store or get with your your pre-purchase of like a month in advance. Those have a set number. Once that's used up, they're just sticks. But usually, a great many of the ones that you find in the dungeons will regain a certain number of charges daily at dawn.
Gotcha.
The one I have is 3 charges resets at dawn.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Go for it then. Yeah, nothing else there.
The main reason why I don't use it often is I can't use magic, so it's hard for me to use it.
Right. Yeah, you have to make like an Arcana check every time you use it.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, is anybody else real hurt? Or is everybody okay?
Right now the wyvern is sitting at 81 damage out of 110.
So yeah,
Let's stack up a couple heals on it.
yeah.
I can help out too.
We're gonna need a keg of superior healing potion.
Then we have to pin the wyvern down.
Yes.
Tube in his mouth.
Get a funnel. Yes. You pump the keg, I'll hold the funnel.
Yeah, we should loot these guys.
Okay.
I want to see what's over here once we get the wyvern healed up.
Same.
Wyvern's at half damage now.
Okay, so I should do, let's see, healing word.
Yeah, that bullet would have killed any one of us.
Yeah, I mean, I knew bullets were tough before, but holy smokes, in 5e they are brutal.
I'm loving the stun and bullet combo.
Yes. This is my new favorite mount.
Yes.
All right, I'll cast healing word as a second level spell on the wyvern. That's let's see, 4 + 6.
Oh, Chris, I was gonna ask, if I send you a new picture, can you update the wyvern's?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay,
Shut
so
up, man. Nobody's talking to you.
I gave it 20 more HP back, but I probably need a rest now because I don't know.
Yes,
That was a lot
looks
tougher fight than I anticipated. You know, wow.
Yes.
Well, I knew it was going to be tough because of the bullet, but it actually was tougher even than I thought. I didn't think that I had forgotten about originally about the Duergar in the next room, and the Duergar, looking at it, it's not like they're going to just, sit there in that room with a whole large battle and a couple of jumping bullets going on out just on the other side of the door. So
Okay, I just waltzed right into that room. I hope there's nothing. There can't be anything in there.
no, that room is now empty, and I will tell you what is in that room.
Hold on. What about loot on the burrow shark and the other guys?
Yes. So on the burrow shark, he had 16 platinum pieces on him. And a potion of superior healing that he probably would have used had he not been stunned into retardation. On the other guys, you get a total of 8 gold pieces between the hobgoblins and an additional 12 gold pieces from the Duergar.
Okay.
In the gullet of the bullet, you find 7 gemstones that are worth 20 gold pieces each.
I'm gonna.
How much were they worth each?
20. 20 GP each.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, it was funny. I was like, oh, whoops. And so I just kind of, then this one started turning. I'm like, I don't know. What is happening? I just stuck that one back in. I'm like, I'm just going to call you.
Okay. So it
I'm
would be
also gonna knock. I'm gonna knock out one of the bullet's teeth and fashion it to a leather thing and hang it from my wyvern's neck as a trophy.
okay. Yeah, you could definitely do that. So it would be too soon for you to take a long rest, but you could take a short rest and recover any hit dice that you may want. Um, I don't know that that does anything for onomatopoeia's spell slots at this point, though.
I do have a Pearl of Power to restore one spell slot once a day, so I'll just use that, and then I'm not in bad shape.
Okay.
So, yeah, that should work out fine.
So the pearl, yeah, I forgot about the Pearl of Power. The Pearl of Power, if I don't remember, does that recharge or is that a
Power
one?
recharges at dawn,
Okay,
so I get to use it one time a day.
perfect.
Go short rest in the Durgar room.
You need a short rest, or I don't know.
Anamana.
Yes.
Go ahead and if we're gonna do a short rest, go ahead and put back the spell slot that you used for healing the wyvern. Because if we're doing a short rest, the wyvern gets a bunch of D10s for resting.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I can clear out the wyverns because he gets 13 D10 to use on resting.
All right, good.
So wyverns.
We need to figure out something to get the wyvern a better AC somehow.
Well, when we kill this, the boss of the area, I can go back to that, the metal shop, gym.
Oh yeah, that's
and
right.
And he'll make some armor for him. That's my plan.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Good deal.
So in this room, the crumbling masonry in this old guard room illustrates the great age of this dungeon. To the north, a long gallery leads to an arrow slit in the western wall. To the south, piles of rubble choke a small inner chamber. Half a dozen plain bedrolls and an iron stove furnish the room. A pile of firewood nearby keeps the stove well stoked. There's no. You find a couple of light crossbows in here, but aside from that, there's nothing else in here.
While they're searching that room, I'm gonna go over to here.
Okay.
And I will do a listen check on that door that's in the bottom left hand.
Okay.
I'd like the crossbows if you want.
I wanted you were talking to her.
Okay. Malum, go ahead and make a perception check.
I didn't perceive shit. I rolled a 6 total.
Wow. Okay.
I didn't do much better.
Like the guys in Spaceballs, I didn't find shit.
Let's comb the desert.
Okay, I'll roll. I have very good perception, so let me try. Okay.
Wow.
No, wait, that did 2d20.
Yeah, I was gonna say 37.
So
Holy
your
shit.
lowest roll was still a 13 plus 7.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So,
Did I hear you?
yeah, you can hear that they're not really being quiet about their talking, but there's a couple of people in this room that are chatting back and forth to one another.
Okay, I'll go ahead and repeat the chat to the other people.
Okay, yeah, it's just a mundane chat, like, what time is your shift? Well, I'm on here at 3 bells.
That kind of deal.
Yeah.
Should we go in there? Should we clear everything out, or should we try and go somewhere else?
I'll do a stealth check with a different die to peek inside.
Okay.
On over here.
9 to peek inside quietly. Not so quietly.
Okay. All right, so you go to peek inside. This large suite consists of several small rooms linked by low archways. Brown curtains offer some amount of privacy from the different rooms, and martial displays cover the walls, shields and cross swords, tattered banners, and a few mounted monster heads, including those of a Puritan and a Manicore. These two guys immediately see you try to open the door and sneak peek, and roll for initiative.
18 on my initiative.
Me too.
The cultists get a rock. So let's see here. 18 for Mellum and Onomatopoeia. Zam got a 13. Sun Moon got a 13. All right. Between Onomatopoeia and Malum, which of you two wants to go first?
I'll let her go first if she wants.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna open that door kind of sneakily if I can, I guess.
Okay.
Or is that over because we started combat?
So yeah, Malum tried to open the door sneakily, and these guys saw him open the door.
I didn't know if I was still able to do a stealth check on the other door because it's like on the other side of the thing or not. Or
Oh yeah. You can do a stealth check on that door as well.
Okay, I'll try. Let's see, got 16.
Okay. Yeah. So you creak this door open. And there are two more cultists in here, but they don't see you.
All right.
But when these guys saw him open the door, they called out. So the attention of these two in this room that you're looking in, they are looking, through this doorway. They're getting ready to move in that direction.
I'll go ahead and do inflict wounds on this cultist.
Okay, you have advantage on the attack. Yep, you got him.
Right, and then 80 to necrotic damage. I remembered it was pretty good. Jeez. Okay. All right.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
So your surprise attack kills this guy. You get to go on your regular initiative now because this guy is clearly aware that you are here now. So you get another attack. This is regular initiative now.
Okay, I'll go ahead and cast Toll the Dead on this guy then.
Okay, so this guy needs to make a wisdom save. Nope, he gets a 5.
Forget what I cast here.
1d8.
1d8. Okay. Not too bad.
Yeah, you hear a dong, and this guy's not feeling well. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Nope, that's good.
Okay. Malum, what would you like to do?
go here, and I will hit that guy.
Okay.
Does a 17 hit?
It does.
Cool. And since he's by himself, I can do my sneak attack. 11 damage.
So yeah, you just run up to this guy, stab him in the chest, and you're like, shh, 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 and he's done.
Let's see. And I have just barely enough movement to make it to that guy, and I will attack him. Stay on the board. Damn it, die. 12.
Hold on here. Yes, that hits.
$16 damage on him.
Yeah, he is also dead. These guys are just cultist mooks.
And I will use my bonus action to step into this doorway and see what's going on up in here.
Okay. And the Black Earth Guardsman.
And I will use a free action to tell him his mama's a bugbear.
Your father smells of elderberries.
Exactly.
All right. And this guy down here. Really? Jesus. He gets a 7. They better roll better than when their initiative comes, because that's embarrassing. Letterkenny. Fucking embarrassing.
Go find a garbage can to kick.
Yes. Zarm, what would you like to do?
I'll sneak a peek behind onomatopoeia.
Yeah, you see a cultist standing over here begging you to kill him.
I kind of like that, so I'll throw a fireball his way.
All right. Yeah, that hits him. Oof. Wow. So so from Toll the Dead, this guy only had 3 hit points left, and you just burn him to a cinder. He just kind of lights from the inside out and just drops.
Well,
Alright, and then I will move. I can move past onomatopoeia, yes?
Yes.
Okay, I will move.
most like feathers you can squeeze on by.
I grab a few feathers as I run by.
Oh,
Pluck, pluck.
Sorry. That'll be in.
Okay. Sun Moon, what would you like to do?
So I ride my bullet in the door, and I see Malum's back. And I can, I think, see the Black Earth Guard.
Yeah, you'd probably be able to see him over his shoulder.
So I finish a move and dash process and leap on him.
Okay. All right. So he gets a something save. Let's see here.
Strength or dex, his choice.
He's going to use strength. He gets a 14.
So he takes 31 points.
Yeah,
And
he's
he's
going
prone.
to eat a lot of shit is what he's going to do. Yep. He cannot take 31, and he is... Oh, wait. Yeah, he can. He can take 31. I don't know why there's a back pain icon, but okay. All right. So you're on top of him.
And he's prone, so I have advantage.
Correct.
Wind Vane.
Yeah.
No, why couldn't the last room go this easily?
Right?
These are all mooks. Well, mostly mooks.
So yeah, that puts him down.
I still have the same 13 temp because I haven't taken any since.
All right. Anything else you'd like to do?
That's all I got.
All right. Dynath, the burrow shark, is going to change his pants, and then
Oh shit! I didn't even see that guy hiding down there.
He's back in the lieutenant's room.
he's named, so he gets a private suite.
Still wearing a red shirt.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dynath is his last name. He has no first name.
Is he gonna try to hide under his bed?
He.
Parlay!
This is probably going to be a really stupid thing to do, but...
Oh, like that one girl in the last game? I'll be your...
Oh, no, he can get there. Okay, good. I was like, well, you know, Spear has a ranged. He can throw his one and only weapon. Here you go. So he's going to make 3 spear attacks on Zarm. A 10 is probably a miss. What about a 17? And a 1 on his last attack. He snaps his spear in 2.
Now they're tapas.
Yes. 4. So he hits you for 7 points of piercing damage, and now he has no spear. Well, he has an improvised weapon, so that significantly lowers his to hit with it.
And he gets hellish rebuke.
Go for it. For
He's a dex save.
he got exactly a 15, so he'll take half that. So he'll take 10.
Okay. And you said that his was 7?
I'm sorry.
I have it 7 piercing.
Yes. Black Earth Guard is dead. Onomatopoeia, what would you like to do?
I will do Toll the Dead on Burrow Shark? No, that's the mount, right? Or
It's just
I'm
the burrow
confused.
shark. One of you guys, probably Carrie, is riding his bullet, and he got a 12 on his save, so he failed. You can do 1d12 damage. Or if you want to use a higher level spell slot, technically you can do more than that.
I feel really dumb asking this, but I'm trying to figure out which icons are the enemies and which ones are ours.
So this guy right here is the enemy. He's the
Okay.
only one
All right.
left.
Okay, all right. I'll use Toll the Dead on that guy then. That's what I thought. All right.
So yeah, he failed his save. What level are you doing Toll the Dead at?
A cantrip.
Well, is it a cantrip? I thought it was.
It's a cantrip. That's the one I had to find a cantrip to do the spell sniper feat. and that's the one I picked out.
Right, but so you actually do more than 1d8 damage, or 1d12 for that matter. So at 5th level, the spell goes up to 2d8 damage or 2d12 damage if the target is missing hit points. So roll.
Oh,
So
I
roll.
had that wrong the first time.
Yeah. So roll 2d12, and
Oh,
this
okay.
guy will take that.
Nice.
well, geez, that's much better than 4.
Yeah, that is all right. All right. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I guess I'll move out of the room a little bit.
Okay.
That should be it for me.
All right. Malum, what would you like to do? You can hear Zarm in the other room kind of cursing and... Ouch! Damn it, stop!
I will use my bonus action to do that to him.
Okay.
Yelling, get off my buddy. And I will attack that guy.
With advantage.
Yes, with advantage. He is effectively flanked.
22.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, sad 9 damage on first.
You sneak in that instance?
Yeah, 2 1s and a 3.
No,
Wow.
Sorry.
Okay.
Second attack. Oh, Jesus Christ. 14 to hit.
That's a miss.
Damn it. And since I used my bonus to get there, that's all I can do.
Okay. Zarm, what would you like to do? I know you probably have a powerful itching to put the pain on this guy.
So we're gonna do.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
So I can cast the spell and use a crossbow if I've got a 2-handed attack, or is it just one cast?
Crossbow would be just the cast. If you were, so there is a caveat to that. If you had a hand crossbow, and you had the feat crossbow mastery, you could theoretically make an attack and then or cast a spell, and then as a bonus action use the hand crossbow as your bonus attack. But that probably isn't the case here. So
that's fine. So I'll just do the more damaging, which would be the firebolt.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that definitely hits.
Looking for 5th level here.
Oof. Wow. That's a hell of a firebolt.
Well, he's right next to me. I mean, seriously.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's one of the disagreements that I have with 5th edition rolls is that. So another bonus of the crossbow mastery feat is that normally ranged attacks, and I don't do it for spells, but for ranged attacks like bows and crossbows, you're at disadvantage if you're within 5 feet of your target. And I'm like, has anybody ever fired a weapon at point blank range? I mean, it's hard to miss, in my opinion. Now, I know that FBI ballistic statistics disagree with that, and that most gunfights happen within 2 meters of people, and they miss. But I just I think to the whole Han Solo shooting Greedo in the cantina, and I'm like, so he was at disadvantage to hit Greedo under the table. Yeah, or did it cancel out because he had surprise? I don't know. I don't quite understand how this works.
Well, if you're using a bow at that point, you might as well just stab him with the bolt.
Right, yeah, there's that too.
Right.
Sun Moon, what would you like to do?
Is the burrow shark still up?
Yeah.
Let's see.
A swift kick is my second action.
Yeah, do an unarmed attack. You could, as a bonus action, you could, technically.
I don't want the bullet to have to use dash, and so I'll use a 30 feet and a bite.
Okay.
Oh, he moves 40, so he can still deadly leap from there. Sorry. Didn't realize the bullet moved 40.
Yeah. Or he could dig under the flooring and come up the other side of for 40 feet.
Come up right
Well,
under
that's
the
not a
feet and
leap.
bite his ankle.
So DC 16 strength or dex.
Nope, he got a 15.
He takes 30. 30, yeah.
So that kills him outright.
Bullet mounts rock. Good speak.
Okay.
So he's really just a capybara that likes to dig holes.
Yes.
Oh, Chris, I did send you a picture of the wyvern miniature.
Yeah, I did get a message on that.
Yeah, you don't have to do it now, but I figured I'd just ask if that was possible.
Certainly.
I figured it'd be nice to actually have a wyvern picture, since I have a wyvern.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So, where would you guys like to go from here? I'm going to let you guys discuss your plan of action from here. I'm going to go use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
I think there's only one door left that we haven't opened yet.
I want to try and look over here. There's got to be something good over here. I feel like I want to investigate right there.
I think there's a person in room 8. We just peeked in, saw a person, and left. And then over by room 13, past the pool.
Yeah, that's the one I was looking at as far as open doors or closed doors by that pool.
I want to see what's by room 13.
Sure.
Is everybody
And
on
then we
spell
agreed we're
slot?
not messing with
and
that
health.
stone golem for a while, right?
Yeah, we don't want to head that way till like the 10th level, maybe.
How's everybody on spell slots and health?
I am great on health, and I'm pretty good on spell slots.
Do you guys remember what was in 8? Because that was, you guys looked in there before while I was gone.
There's a bunch of dwarf stone statues, and Chris has shown there's a person in their mirage. We just peeked in and then moved away because we got away with the sneaky bit.
I think it was like
Go ahead.
it's like a sorcerer or something. I think they were trying to conjure something. I can't remember.
Well, let's do that. Let's go in there. I like sorcerers.
It has some kind of book or something. This can refresh our memory, I think. I think it was Dubisa that did a sneaky look in there, and we decided it was part of why we didn't want to do it, though, is because there were all those enemies up here near 4, and we didn't want to like start a bunch of problems and have this person come out and fight with us. So now that
I
they're
think at
all,
the time you guys also said the party wasn't very large either.
it's true, yeah. So we're probably more ready now.
Well,
I say we
you
do
wanna-
it.
Since we're in the area, do you want to do that before going to room 13?
Yep.
Yes. And since we know there's like one person in there.
Onomatopoeia, be sure Chris tells you what you find in the lieutenant's room.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So,
wanted to investigate and see if there's anything good around here.
all right.
I'll
So,
support.
so in your investigation of this area, you find between the cultists, there was 4 gold pieces. The Black Earth Guardsman had another 4 gold pieces. And in the goo that is, or was, Dynath, he had a hidden purse that was stashed under his armor that had a pouch, 15 gold pieces, 5 platinum pieces, and 5 fine citrines worth 40 gold pieces each.
Nice. Chris,
Yeah.
in room 4, those guys, the hobgoblins, what type of range weapons do they use?
They had longbows.
I'm gonna go ahead and take one of those. I need a ranged weapon.
Okay. You can do that.
You have those light crossbows as well if you want.
So, Zarm, were you moving down with the rest of the party then?
Yeah.
Okay. No problem.
I was just twiddling my thumbs.
I'm just going to hang out in here. And
I absolutely want to check out room 8.
so, these guys had opened the door to room 8 before.
Just trying to remember what was in there. I wasn't doing a very good job.
So, previously, when you came to this room, there was a. Well, I'll reread the room. How about I do that? So, this room, carved into the door, is a frowning dwarf warrior in plate armor with spiky maces where his fists should be. Large stone statues are carved to look like scowling dwarf warriors lining the walls of this large chamber. Each statue has spiky maces in place of hands. However, several of the statues are melted or deformed. The flagstones in the middle of the room were removed to reveal a surface of natural rock. Several work tables and shelves full of alchemical reagents are tucked up against the walls between the statues. So, the first time you came in here, you opened the door, and there was this sorcerer in there, and you're not of these statues. This pedestal is missing a statue, which you have now noticed that the statue. You would know that the missing statue is actually way up in the north west, walking around guarding. It is a stone golem.
Oh.
You guys opted to just say, "Oops, excuse us," and shut the door and walked off. So you know that there is some kind of sorcerer in here, and he probably has a golem with him, or golems, as far as you know.
Well, I will leave that up to you guys whether or not you want to fight that thing.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready to fight Golem.
Take out the sorcerer, maybe the golem won't get any directions.
Or revert back to regular statue.
I don't know if we have the knowledge of that situation. Like, does anybody in our party know if that's how it works?
Who has Arcana check score?
I have like +1
I do.
Arcana.
I have +5 Arcana.
Make a roll, see if Chris will tell you if the golem's likely to be controlled or passive.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
So, from the knowledge that you have so far, you know that this guy would be known as Mirage Vizan. He's second in charge of the temple. You also know that his self-appointed title is Mud Sorcerer. he clearly has a ring of mud breathing. You would think that From what you saw to the northwest, you would think that the stone golem, if there is one in here, and you're pretty sure there is, would be under his control. You also know that, judging from the looks of this room being his laboratory, you would think that the other golems that are there, all of these golems, at one time in the long past, were functional. He has been experimenting on them. And trying to revive them, and the ones that are melted, you realize, are his failures. So there's only 2 that were salvaged out of all of these. One being in here, one being to the northwest. So
So if he gets killed, what happens with the golems? Do they become autonomous? Do they like do nothing? What do they do?
They would, being essentially being robots. They would essentially go about doing whatever their last order was.
Okay.
So the golem in the northwest was ordered to guard that passage. He's not going to really, unless you find a way to control him, it's not going to change its mind. If this golem in here was ordered to guard this room or to guard Vizan, if it was ordered to guard the room, it would continue to do so until people left the room. If it was ordered to guard Vizan, and Vizan was killed, it would probably cease operation because there's nothing left for him to guard.
Another question I've got is, in order to command it, is it a verbal, or would it be telepathic?
Probably verbal.
Should we
Oh,
Leroy Jenkins in?
Oh, I want
I'm down
to.
to give it a shot if you guys are.
Want to call
I could guess what?
cast deafness?
I mean,
Or,
if he's second in charge, I mean,
Oh,
that'd be a
okay.
good idea too,
That's the way to
Jake.
go. I have silence, so I was going to cast silence, but deafness, that
you do
works.
silence, I'll do deafness. That's great.
Between the two of us, one of those ought to work.
Yes, deafness on the golem and silence on the sorcerer.
There you go.
So before you guys can actually open the room, the door opens on its own via a mage hand spell. And Vizan is standing in the middle of the room, and he says, "Oh, do please come inside. You don't have to stand out in the hallway plotting my doom."
I raise my hand to speak.
Yes, yes.
So we should come inside and plot